Hey trainers! As you continue learning about the competitive scene, you're going to hear a lot of people talk about a site called Smogon University. I've even referenced them myself in a few of my own videos. Smogon is well known for being the unofficial official rules for the competitive scene, and many trainers like to play by their rules. But one of the things that Smogon is famous for is introducing their tiers, and that's what we'll be talking about today. So, without further ado, let's begin. Let's start by explaining what the tiers are. The tiers are different rankings that all Pokemon fit into. The tiers are meant to help give every Pokemon a fair chance in battle. This enables people to use their favorite Pokemon without fearing they're going to be completely obliterated by a random Primal Kyogre. Pokemon are sorted into their respective tiers depending on either how powerful they are or their frequency of use. There exist 6 main tiers, so let's go through them by starting with the most powerful and work our way down. The first tier is the Uber tier. The Uber tier is the highest tier, where the most powerful Pokemon are placed. This includes most legendary Pokemon like Rayquaza or Dialga, but there are also regular Pokemon like Greninja and Aegislash. Also, any Pokemon is allowed to hold any item or have any ability. Pokemon in this tier are at the top of the Pokefood chain and tear up any lower tier Pokemon very easily. Due to the fact that a lot of Pokemon in this tier are legendaries, chances are you won't encounter them very often, as they're not even allowed in the VGC most of the time. The next tier down is the OU or Overused tier. This tier consists of slightly weaker Pokemon, but that doesn't mean that they're not very formidable. Unlike the Uber tier, there are certain restrictions when playing in this tier. For example, you're not allowed to use Gengarite, Kangaskhanite, Lucarionite, Mawilite, Sablenite, Salamencite, and the Soldew. Your Pokemon are also not allowed to have the ability Shadow Tag. Pokemon in this tier include both Mega Charizards, Magnezone, and Serperior. From here, we move on to the UU tier, or the Underused tier. In this tier, you have all the same restrictions as the previous tier, as well as not being able to use Galadite, Gyarados, Heracronite, Metachamite, Pinzerite, Manectite, Charizardite X and Y, Gardevoir, Venusaurite, Metagrossite, and Pidgeite. And your Pokemon cannot use the Drought or Drizzle abilities. This tier includes Pokemon like Empoleon, Haxorus, and Mega Aggron. The next tier is the RU, or Rarely Used tier. Like the last tier, this tier has all the previous restrictions, as well as not being able to use Abomasite, Houndoomite, and Steelixite. Pokemon in this tier include Clawitzer, Jolteon, and Flygon. The next tier is the NU, or Never Used tier. Once again, all the previous restrictions from the other tiers apply here as well, with some new ones. You cannot use Ampharocyte, Banetite, or Cameruptite. Pokemon in this tier include Rhydon, Electivire, and my beloved Torterra. From there, we move on to the final tier, the Little Cup. The Little Cup consists of mostly basic and baby Pokemon that are level 5 or lower. Excuse me. Anywho, this includes Pokemon like Chespin, Eevee, and Gible. And those are the main tiers, but there are also 2 lower side tiers, Borderline 1 and 2. Pokemon in these tiers are between different tiers. For example, Borderline 1 Pokemon are too strong to be in the UU tier below, but are not used often enough to really be considered part of the OU tier. However, they have to fight in there as if they were. The same goes for Borderline 2 Pokemon. These Pokemon are too strong to be in the RU tier, so they must fight in the UU tier, even though they're not quite strong enough or often enough to be used in there either. Smogon has a full list of Pokemon and what tier they're in on their website. Like I said before, these tiers are used to give every Pokemon an equal opportunity to fight with Pokemon that won't completely sweep them so easily. In addition, they also have a link to a site called Pokemon Showdown. This is a website where you can do simulated Pokemon battles. Also, you can learn what works and what doesn't work, and how to put everything we've covered into practice. So, happy battling! And that concludes my lesson on the Smogon competitive tiers. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. To get updates on this channel, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Also, I've got a second channel where I do Let's Plays and other video game related things, so click here to subscribe to that. And, with that being said, class dismissed.